Good morning, Antioch. My name is Tim. If you go to GC, you might know me as Father Ted. And this morning in our Devoted Together series, we're looking at two passages, one in Luke 21, verses 25 through 28, and one in Mark 13, verses 24 through 37. But right now, I'm going to only look at the end of that, which is Mark chapter 13, verses 32 through 37. But concerning that day or that hour, no one knows, not even the angels in heaven, nor the Son, but only the Father. Be on guard, keep awake, for you do not know when the time will come. It is like a man going on a journey when he leaves home and puts his servants in charge, each with his work, and commands the doorkeeper to stay awake. Therefore, stay awake. For you do not know when the master of the house will come, in the evening, or at midnight, or when the rooster crows, or in the morning, lest he come suddenly and find you asleep. And what I say to you, I say to all, stay awake. So this morning, we find ourselves in this season, this time that we call Advent, which is where we look back and we commemorate the first coming of Christ. And the word Advent, it actually just comes from the Latin, and it means coming. So as we look back to Christ's first coming, we also, in this time, we look forward to Christ's second coming. And that's why this passage falls into our Advent reading, because it's a reminder that yes, Jesus came in the past, but he's coming in the future too. And he will come, he absolutely will come, but we don't know when. Even here, when Jesus is talking about it, he's telling his disciples, he's like, look, you don't know when I'm coming, even I don't know when I'm coming. Get that? Jesus, in his human nature, doesn't even know when he's coming back. He says the Father alone knows. But in this time, there's still so much that we're called to. And if you look here in the passage, Jesus says a couple times, he says, stay awake. And what does that mean, to stay awake? Well, here he's likening it to a man going on a journey and calling all of his employees to him, or all of his servants to him. And he gives each one of them their task to do while he's gone. And then he goes without telling them how long he's going to be gone. So what I want you to see from this is that in this time of waiting, as we're waiting for the second coming of Christ, as we're waiting for Jesus to return and to set the world right, and for the redemption of all of creation, as we're in this period of waiting, God has given you a specific work. Both you individually and then us corporately as the body and the bride of Christ, God has given us a job. And while we're here, we're called to be in the ministry of sharing the gospel and sharing the love of God with the people around us. And wherever we go, like the people that we run into in our schools, in our workplaces, in our communities, in our neighborhoods, like those are people that God has given us in our life to share the good news of Christ with, and to share the love and the redemption that comes in God. So I want you this morning just to take some time and think just specifically, like, what is the work that God has called you to? What is the ministry that right now, as we're waiting for the future redemption of everything, what is the ministry that God has called you to in this moment? And are you doing it?